are getting intense. So I'm just gonna get into this. First of all, let me answer your voicemails, Daniel. The fucking one where you were screaming at me yesterday, and the one you left to me this morning. The reason why I know you were involved with Owen's death is because you posted a bunch of live YouTube videos on YouTube, and it was right around the time of Owen's funeral. The timing, you were in my town. Did you do it before or right when it happened? No. But it was just less than a week later, you posted all those live videos of Harlan. You went out of your way and wanted me to know. So now you're questioning, why would you think that? I don't know. Maybe all the long list of live YouTube videos where it showed you were in my town. Maybe that's where I got it from. Maybe Captain Underpants showing me, and I just found out the Slime King who sent me a novella this morning. A novella. Funny enough, he keeps saying, I've never threatened you. I've never threatened you. I've never threatened you. I spent Christmas Eve with him and some dumbass blood diamond trafficker from Australia that Issac Kappy got involved with them trying to take down my station. Christmas Eve. That's how I spent my Christmas Eve. The Slime King and the blood diamond dude from Australia trying to take down my YouTube. I guess the question would be, do I feel threatened by the dude? Yeah, he's definitely threatening me. He's telling everybody, I'm connected to Kash Patel. So don't investigate him, because then Kash Patel is going to come after you, because that moron is going to go after anybody he doesn't like. Wow. And they're upset because I have told investigators, investigate my family. My stepmother isn't dead. Investigator. My family is behind this. Why would my family be behind this? Because they're child traffickers that I've been trying to expose. It isn't like I didn't write a book about it. Like I haven't had a blog. Like I don't have a long ass list of videos on YouTube talking about it. You're right. Why would they be involved with my family? You know? Maybe because my family's just as afraid as they are that I am getting ready to expose them. And it is getting ready to expose them. I am going to expose their asses. The voicemails I got, I just sent them out. The long ass email that I got from the Slime King, sent it out to police and investigators. Sent it all out. That's what I do. I don't know. I'm not afraid of this. I'm not. I'm not afraid of it. I know they want me to be afraid. Issac Kappy was definitely afraid, and the Slime King was involved with him. Nathan Stoltman, when he went into the goddamn mental institution, he was talking about it. Well, then go away. Easy enough. They want me to think that nobody cares, that nothing can be done. And maybe they're right. Maybe they're right, but heaven cares. Am I counting on mankind to do shit? Fuck no. 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 And the Slime King is you might want to that Trump actually gets into office, because something tells me heaven's about ready to deal with his ass. He's old, he's obese, He eats McDonald's every fucking day. It's not a threat, it's an observation. What happens when you're fucking old and obese and you eat McDonald's every day? And if the stress takes him down before the 20th of January, all your plans are out the fucking window. Heaven isn't playing anymore. It's not playing anymore. And you want to know what? Neither am I. Neither am I. This child trafficking bullshit is going to get dealt with. The child traffickers are going to get dealt with. That's how it's going to fucking work. And all this hatred. You know, I get told all the time, don't say anything about Republicans or anything like that because they're your supporters. Then you support the shit that's going on. You know? I mean, obviously there's shit going on. When they went after Matt Gaetz said he was going to expose them. Marjorie Taylor Greene said she was going to expose them. Madison Cawthorn tried to expose them. You know? This is all, I'm not into the politics. I've been trying to, you know, when I started this, when I wrote the book, Trump wasn't even a fucking thing. But they all want to make it politics. Anything that they can do to make people not listen to me, that's what they'll do. That's what they'll do. That's the whole diet. That's why the Salon King started off with, I am Kash Patel's, I'm working with his lawyers. Because basically what it was is, don't bring up anything because I'm going to go after you with the fucking crazy dude. It was a threat to them. Why do I think they were involved with Owen? I don't know, but I bet Captain Underpants really, really, really regrets posting that thing, poor David. Well, I'll say the same thing, poor little Captain Underpants. Ha! Because that's how I feel. Heaven's gonna fuck all of you. All this shit's coming out. I ain't fucking Kappy. I ain't hiding in my bedroom. I ain't fucking Nathan Stoltman. I'm not running from you people. I'm right here. Which you know because I saw that dude that came out of Meth Central this morning checking out my house. Because the one thing that they're aware of is the very thing I sent an email out to with everybody. They could come in and stab me 100 times, and my sheriff, Neil Gross, and his captain, Chad Butler, would tell everybody I died of a paper cut and I did it to myself. That's the way this shit works. Owen did not commit suicide at all. And the fact that that's coming up points right at my fucking sister. Because that's the shit she tried with me. She has no allegiances to Owen. She dumped the man to go fuck his best friend. What allegiances do you think she has? She's the one who told me that Daniel is from Joplin. She knew details of his shit. Stuff I didn't even know. And why? Because they're all in contact with him. My stepmother has been involved with Lucian Greaves, founder of the Satanic Temple, for years. For years. There's a reason why my stepmother and Michael Aquino both wanted to convince me that they were dead at the same time. Because out of the two people in the world, those two people probably know me the best, or what I can do. I love tea. But it's all coming to a head. it's all coming to a head. The voicemails, and obviously I didn't give you my fucking phone number. You know, you'll call and leave me fucking weird ass voicemails like I gave you my phone number. That never happened. I, you know, and all of the other bullshit. And this is all coming to a head. They're obviously afraid. They're obviously afraid. And I'm not stopping. I am not going to become complicit with child trafficking. I'm not like everybody else. I won't sit on my hands and just watch. I won't. I won't. I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong, and I think that people who do it are wrong. And I think that I think fence setters are going to have a problem in the end. They won't want accountability. They won't want responsibility, but they're going to get it because we've all been told we're going to have accountability and responsibility. You're aware that people are killing kids and you sit on your ass and do nothing. You're going to be held accountable for that. And you can whine and bitch all you want. And it's not my job to tell anybody what to do. That's your job. Figure it the fuck out. I'm not a cult leader. I don't have people running around where I tell them what to do. Figure it the fuck out. And if you can't figure it the fuck out, tough shit. You know? I know that I'm going to do what I've been doing. I know that I'm going to be doing what I'm doing. Again, investigators, investigate my family. You will find that Lucian Greaves and the Dead Issac Kappy Club are all enmeshed with them. And there's a reason why they're all enmeshed with them. You know? There's a reason for it. And let me point out, I was doing a video on the 24th when Owen was having his funeral, and someone tried to break into my house while I was doing a video. That's all on tape. That's all documented. That's the reason why they want this channel down so bad. I am out of the house. Why? You know, you guys look at me with these videos and think, oh, he's not out of the house. I'm out of the house all the time. I do shit all the time. I don't tell everyone what I'm doing because I know that they watch and then they're just going to go fuck that shit up. You know? You really think I have nothing better to do in my life than these videos? Really? They take an hour. So my whole day is around these hour videos. You know? It's just another attempt at trying to discredit me. You know? I just put together an entire quilt that I'm quilting right now, just to let everyone know. I made a quilt and gave it away, gave it to a grandmother for a kid. You know, this shit is not, but you want to know what? When I'm getting voicemails every goddamn day and I'm getting fucking emails every goddamn day, I feel like I need to deal with this bullshit. That's what I feel like, is that I need to deal with it. Otherwise, they're just going to go do whatever the fuck it is they want to do, and no one's going to know. And I ain't playing that game. And I'm not being cryptic like Issac Kappy. You know? I was Judas. I'm fucking calling them out right as it. And people know who I'm talking about. And if you don't, go to my blog. You know? davidshurter.com. In fact, I've been working on stuff all day. I came on here after I realized that I got yet another voicemail from Daniel and this whole great big bullshit thing from the Slime King. And I had someone checking out my house that I got on video this morning, which I sent to police. So now I have to deal with all of this bullshit. That's how it works. Because I don't want to end up like Issac Kappy or Max Spears or whatever. Fuck that. I'm not blocking them. It's too much fun to share their shit. And the voicemails and all of that, they are blocked. They are blocked. It goes straight to my voicemail. They can still leave voicemails, you know? Why don't I just pretend that it's not happening? Why don't I pretend that all the child traffickers aren't attacking me, aren't plotting against me, aren't doing shit? Why don't I just stick my head in the sand and act like an idiot? Let's see. Maybe because everyone else who has been involved with this has ended up dead. Maybe that's why I don't do that. You know? Maybe that's why I'm still here. Because I won't let it go and I'm not going to be quiet about it anymore. Not that I ever was. I've never really been quiet about it. Hey, Saki. And Wednesday, I'm not bitching at you. The questions that you're asking are legit, and I appreciate them. I'm just, they want to close me down in the worst way. Why do I think that they murdered Owen? Because they went out of their way to let me know they did. And then I had to fight with my sheriff about it. And I sent out the link to that because that's all the stuff, you know? And my day is actually not bad. What's ending up happening is that they're all acting like fucking assholes and I'm just showing everybody because it's kind of hard to miss now. You know, it's kind of hard to miss. They doth protest too much. Isn't that how Shakespeare put it? You know, they're going on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And the Slime King starting off his big ass diatribe today with he is connected to the lawyers of Kash Patel. That's for investigators and for the media. It's a veiled threat. That's what it is a veiled threat. That's what he was doing. And I know they know. I know they know at least one list because the blood diamond trafficker from Australia sent out an email that included everyone's email on that one list. So they were letting everyone know. I did a video. I said his whole objective was, we know who you are. You know, we know who you are. Yeah. And I know who the fuck they are. They might want to go ask Mike Kino what he taught me. Because when their shit is in my consciousness and I am able to focus directly on that, that makes a big difference. That makes a big ass difference. And, oh no, go to my blog. I don't mention no names on here because I just spent Christmas Eve with them trying to take down my account. You know? They know who they are. Investigators know who they are. And if you want to know who they are, go to my blog. You know? I have brought it out front and forward. People can see it. Without a doubt, they can see it. And I'm sending this shit to just everyone I can fucking think of. So they can't go ahead and threaten all the people. Go ahead, threaten them. See how it works. You'll never get all of them. And I personally don't think people are going to appreciate all the threats. I know I fucking don't. I know it doesn't scare me. Doesn't make me quiet. Doesn't make me quiet at all. Do I seem quiet? I hope I don't seem quiet. If I seem quiet, I'm giving the wrong impression. I don't think that's even possible. This is all about child trafficking. It's all about child trafficking. They should never have murdered my best friend. They should have never murdered Owen. They should have definitely not bragged about it. They shouldn't have bragged about it. Flat out. And I'm doing this work because I feel that if I don't do it, who's going to do it? You know, it's not like there's anyone out there who's calling this shit out. You know, I could waste my days talking about Tom Hanks and Oprah Winfrey. Yes, it's very entertaining. All of that shit is very entertaining. But what the fuck is it gonna do? You know? How is anyone gonna get exposed with that? It's not. That's why I'm calling them out. And investigators, who I will send this live video to immediately after I finish it, as I always do, will know exactly who the fuck I'm talking about. Exactly. Do I think that they are trying to figure out a way to kill me? Yeah. Yeah, I do. Because they are desperate. They're desperate. Right now, they're acting like crazy people, working overtime, leaving me voicemails. The one last night from Daniel, he was screaming at me. I don't even listen to him. I don't even listen to him. When I realize who they are, I just send them all out. Technology is great like that. You can send all that shit out. Captain Underpants calling and leaving me a message at 11:30 in the morning, drunk off his ass. You know? And then I was told by someone that they have screenshots of the Slime King defending them, and he is defending them. In that whole thing that he sent me this morning, I don't see anything about child trafficking. I've been involved with this forever and I haven't seen anything. Wait a minute. You always tell everyone you're just a little nobody, and yet you're so involved. He talks out both sides of his ass, and he thinks that people are actually baffled by his bullshit. But he talks out of both sides of his ass. How are you involved with everything and know everything, but you're not involved at all? You're just this little dude living his life. How does that work? Can't be both ways, dickhead. And you have proven without a doubt that you are not lying when you say you are involved with everything. It was your name Nathan Stoltman was going on and on about when they locked him in that mental institution. It was just saying. But we live in an upside down world now, where good is bad and bad is good. Child trafficking are great. They're great. Child traffickers are great. Maybe they'll help with the fucking price of eggs. Yeah. Sell your kid. You'll have enough to buy a thing of eggs. Of course, you'll end up in fucking hell. In the dark. And investigators know. They all know. The same shit that I'm going through is the same shit. Issac went through, Tracy Twyman went through, Nathan Stoltman went through. I can basically give a long list of people that they've been involved with. And they did the same shit to them that they've been doing to me. The difference is I fight back. I know how to fight back. I'm not going to go run and hide. I'm not going to go run and hide. Do you know that Lori King, they got her to take all of her shit down. All of her shit down. And she was a co-founder of Ivory Garden. She had made posts, comments. She had so much shit out there because she was a survivor advocate. She was a survivor who was a survivor advocate. She was the co-founder of Ivory Garden. She got murdered the same weekend Ivory Garden hosted their second annual conference in Seattle. She got murdered that same weekend. They drove up to her house, picked her up, brought her back down, and she committed suicide. Just like Issac Kappy committed suicide. Just like fucking Owen Wingert committed suicide. Isn't it amazing how many people who are involved with this group commit suicide? It is fucking amazing how many. And they just jump to that like it's a foregone conclusion, like everyone's going to just accept it. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I was on my way down to Omaha to have lunch with Owen. I had just talked to him the night before. Owen did not commit suicide. He did not commit suicide. His life was going better than it ever had been for a long time. You know, he was actually happy. He didn't commit suicide. And the fact that they're going to run with that pisses me off. It pisses me off. And I know exactly where the fuck it came from. My sister and her weird ass boyfriend, who was Owen's best friend, who sent me this fucked up Christmas card. You know? And then probably acted like a victim when I texted him and said, dude, just die already. Because he's well into his 70s. You know? Shit. But evil doesn't die so easy. My stepmother is a perfect fucking example of that one. My stepmother, who was abducting and murdering kids right along with my dad. Right along with my dad. So when they say that they're involved with my family, there's a reason they're involved with my family. Because they're all cut from the same fucking cloth. You know? Oh, and as far as Lori goes, she got all of her shit down. They murdered her a month later. That's the reason why I have fought so hard to keep this station up. Because they get their shit down and then they murder the fucking people. They got Lori to take everything down. Then they murdered her a month later. Her husband, who they sent to the store so they could get Lori in a car to take them down to murder her, he was dead less than a year later. Less than a year later. You know? Just like my sister Cindy. Our dad dies 3 weeks later, even though she's saying that she's going to be murdered. And 3 weeks later, the very two people she said were going to murder her are the very two people alone with her when she ends up dead. Wow. What a fucking coincidence that is. You know? And my experience flying down there is that neither one of them could get their stories straight. And my little niece, you can be a fucking super Christian all you want. My stepmother does the same fucking thing. It ain't gonna fucking save your ass. You can convince everyone of the bullshit, but it ain't gonna fucking save you, 'cause there's no secrets in heaven. And the darkness is here to claim you. Things are going to get very interesting here very soon. Very soon. And I'm not afraid of them, because I personally think that whatever they're going to do, it's going to fuck up. It's going to fuck up. All their shit is fucked up anyway. Every time they do something to me, it fucks up. They blew that gas station up. Obviously that, and that's why I say, they could come in and stab me to death, and my sheriff would tell everybody he died of a paper cut, and he did it to himself. Why do I say that? Because it sounds really fucking ridiculous, right? That's what they did with the Earling, Iowa gas station explosion. That's exactly what he did. One explosion that leveled the place. Even though he is on KETV along with me and the owner of the gas station, Dan, who told everyone he got out of the gas station and then went back in the gas station, got his brother-in-law, and got them both out. But the official story says exactly opposite. You know? My blood pressure is fine. That's the funniest thing. My blood pressure is fine. My blood pressure is fine. How do I know that? Because it gets checked all the time. I'm not paranoid at all. Calling things out as they happen, as they're happening, that's not paranoia. That's just pointing shit out. It's pointing shit out. You know? Issac Kappy, before he was murdered, was paranoid. Lori King was paranoid. Nathan ended up in a mental institution, which he's been open about, and now he's hiding because he's just afraid. I'm angry. I'm angry. You go through the last shit since Christmas Eve, it's been nonstop. It's been nonstop. They leave me voice messages on email or voicemails, which is funny because because they're blocked, I don't even hear the phone ring. So when I'm checking my notifications on my phone, it comes up that I have a new voicemail and it's always unknown. Except Captain Underpants. I have a feeling he keeps wanting to think that I'm going to call him back. And I'm not. I have no interest in them. I'm not coming on your little podcast, Daniel. I don't care. You should have never posted those live YouTube videos of my town. How the fuck were you able to do that unless you were in my town? Right around the time Owen died. The same fucking day someone tried to break into my house with Owen's funeral, which makes me wonder what you were planning on doing with my house. There's a reason why I was told not to go to that funeral. I knew not to go to that funeral, to stay home. Of course, there were people at Owen's funeral that I didn't want to see, most especially my sister. I think it's good for everyone to be a little paranoid. It does keep you alive. You know? It does keep you alive. But my therapist used to ask me how I dealt with the gang stalking. And you want to know how I deal with the gang stalking? I just tell myself that the paparazzi, that they have nothing better to do with their life than focus on me. And they're all focused on me. You know? The dude coming out of Mess Central, checking out my house, which got all on camera. You could see what he was doing. You know, send it to the cops. Not that that's going to do any good. Shit. And then they try to turn off my electricity over a $200 bill that was 2 weeks old right before Christmas. But I'm not supposed to say anything. To say that, I'm just whining and crying about being victimized. No, I'm pointing out what the fuck happened. And I show what is going on. I show it. Without a doubt. So everyone sees it and everyone knows. But for those who are on my email list, who are investigators and reporters, the Slime King's little "I'm working with Kash Patel," which was supposed to be a veiled threat, I'm telling you, things are not going to go the way they think they're going to go. And if old age and obesity does take Trump before January 20th, it's not like they're going to swear in J.D. Vance as president. I don't think anyone's going to know what the fuck to do. Quite honestly. You know? Quite honestly. Their shit is falling apart. That's why they're so afraid of me. With the Dead Issac Kappy Club, that's the reason why they're on top of me. That's why they're on top of me. You know? The thing about it is that they were anticipating that I couldn't come up with the cash. They wanted the electricity shut off. I have a feeling they wanted to take me out. They want to take me out. They do want to take me out. And the first fucking people I would look at is the Dead Issac Kappy Club and number one, the fucking Slime King himself. If anything happens to me, I'm calling them out. Don't have a fucking doubt in your mind that I'll know who it is. It'll all stem from them. It won't be them showing up at my door, but they'll be behind it. They'll be behind it. I'm just, this is exhausting. You know, it's exhausting. And as you can tell, even now, I don't keep the anger up very much. I was pissed off because all this shit I just had to deal with this bullshit, so I decided to do a live. It seems like I'm upset. But I think that's the reason why heaven has let them at me for so long. Because heaven knows that my true proclivity is a peaceful individual. My sister always bitched at me because I wouldn't go after our stepmother. I wouldn't do it. For a long time, I didn't go after her. Because the bitch basically, even though she's my worst abuser, she was married to my dad and that whole honor your parents thing. But that's all over with now. She's nothing to me. So therefore, she's fodder for the dark. That's the reason why they convinced me. And who convinced me she was dead? My sister. Who's the one telling everybody that I'm crazy? My sister. Who was involved with the Dead Isaac Kappy Club, told me things like where Daniel lived. My sister. Who told me at the end that Owen killed Owen? My sister. That's where that fucking came from. My sister, who dumped Owen so she could go fuck his best friend. Because they're still together. You know? That's just it. You wear someone out so they will slip, and it makes them easier to take out. But I've been at this game for far, far, far too long. Far, far, far too long. And when I get upset, I become focused. That's the issue. I don't let my emotions, I was trained not to let my emotions take control of me. It's part of my training. Oh, I can get upset, but I don't do stupid shit when I'm upset. It's a war of attrition. Yep. They're fucking abducting and killing kids. And it's wrong. And it needs to stop. And since no one is going to make an issue out of it, I guess that leaves it up to me. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with it. Where I come from with my family and all of that, I know how this shit works. I know how this shit works. They should never have bragged about murdering Owen. I'm Australia too, also. Australia has, you know, and they keep wanting to say that I'm working with Barnett, and trust me, she's not doing shit. Because Australia has changed the laws to the point where she could get in trouble now. Had she made the documentary and done what she did years ago trying to expose it, they would put her in jail now. Because Australia has turned the rules. You can't talk about any of them now. It's illegal to even talk about them. So we don't even talk about it. Yeah, you're saying that she's an operator. I can't disagree with that at all. At all. At all. Wednesday, you are just doing my heart some good. You're just doing my heart some good. Yeah, kids are disappearing everywhere. They're using that satanic after-school daycare um, to target the kids. That's how it's being used. You know, the one thing that I learned through all of this is that you can't trust survivors. You can't trust survivors. Do you want to know what happened when Lori King got murdered? Because at the first conference, I fight for Lori King, and Lori King and I didn't even like each other. She didn't like me, I didn't like her. And yet here I am fighting to get justice for her. But at the first conference, the first Ivory Garden conference that was in Seattle, she had a whole group. They were groupies. There had to have been 20 of them out there, along with the one who murdered her, you know? And do you know what happened after Lori died? They sent all those women cards and stuffed animals. And they decided that Lori wasn't important anymore because they got cards and stuffed animals from the fucking child killers. So nothing happened. Nothing happened. Other than the fact that it stopped the conferences because people were afraid to go anymore. That's what it was. They work out of fear. That's the reason why the Slime King started off the conversation with, I'm working with the lawyers that's working with Cash Patel. That's why he started it that way. Because he was making a veiled threat. Because he knew I would send that shit out. I do every time. Why wouldn't he know? That's what I do. Every time, like clockwork. Why would you think I would do something different? That's why he did that. He wanted to threaten everyone to shut the fuck up. And maybe it'll work. I don't know. You know? Fuck, I don't think they should have to try so hard at all. Most people don't even give a shit. They're okay with child killers. Obviously, the shit can happen right in front of them, and they don't give a shit. They just look away. Don't want to be involved. Don't want to be involved. That's what it's like in my town. They blew up a gas station, could have murdered all kinds of people. That would have been a terrorist attack. Had it been a brown person who did it, it would have been considered a terrorist attack. You know? They're all okay. And they think there's going to be no accountability. None. Heaven is going to rapture them because they're just so wonderful. Kate, let me tell you, go on to YouTube. There's a group of people who actually film. They do these films. And what they do is they go out in public and they set up a kid. Now, this is all being done. They set up a kid. And then they'll have someone, like a stranger, only it's part of them, grab that kid and take him in the fucking alley. And they'll film it. And do you know how many people watch and just walk on? Just walk on. There are a handful of people, and they're always the ones that they focus on, because there are people who will walk by and see that and will go into the alley to see what's happening. But there's so many more people who don't give a shit. Don't give a shit. I live in a fucking town. They don't give a shit. My sheriff is protecting goddamn child killers, but they're okay with that because he was the track star and the football star and the basketball star when he was in high school. Hasn't been in fucking high school for fucking decades, but it doesn't make any difference. And they'll look the other way. They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. So when I say that people don't care, it's not like I'm just jaded and pulling it out of nowhere. I'm saying it because that's the fucking shit I've seen and experienced personally. But they do. They show stuff all the time. They're always, because they want to show people what they're doing. The videos, I stopped watching them because they just broke my heart. Just broke my heart. People would watch these people grab these kids and take them in the alleyway. And they just keep walking. talking on their phones. They would look and then just keep walking. And why do you think all this shit has been allowed to happen the way it is? You know, I don't think it's questionable at all. I'm glad they're doing it. They're trying to show people, you know, because it's all a done deal. The person who's grabbing the kid is an actor. The person grabbing the kid is not an actor. They're all actors. They're just filming people out. The only ones that aren't actors are the fence setters who will look away and just keep walking. Those are the only ones who aren't in it, aren't actors in it. They're doing what they do as people, you know? I know that I've been at this for a long time, and I haven't been able to get one authority figure to do shit. Not one. The one at the, oh, excuse me. The authority figures that I've had to deal with, like Neil Gross or Ryan Miller in Algona, Washington, they protect the child killers. They like these Nazis. And it's the same satanic Nazi pedophile ring that they busted last September in New York City. It's the same fucking thing, you know? Oh, they do it to... You know how they get women on the streets? And I know this because I grew up with these motherfuckers. They'll get out of a van and you're walking down the street. Some guy will walk up beside you and the next thing you fucking know, you have a needle in your arm, which makes you pass out. And then another guy who's right behind you, they grab you and put you in a car. That's how it fucking works. Like that. That's why I say don't look away from your kids, because it only takes a second. A second. And anyone who lives in a world that doesn't think that this exists, you're fucking oblivious. You know? Because that's how it works. I grew up with these people. I know exactly how it fucking works. You know? And then if you say anything, they come at you like a fucking army, like I have the Dead Isaac Kappy Club. Threatening me, attacking me. Fuck, I guess there's all kinds of shit about Reddit on me. I still haven't gone to Reddit. I don't care. I can't tell you what was in the Slime King's email because all I read was the beginning. The very first, the minute I realized that he was sending a veiled threat, I'm working with the lawyers for Kash Patel. So you better keep your mouth shut or else we're coming after you. That's good to know. Kash Patel is, they really do think that Kash Patel is going to go out of his way to protect child killers. That's good to know. You know? That's good to know. And then they get mad because I'm just calling them out on their shit. It's their shit. You don't see them posting shit that I'm sending them. My shit is always in response to them. You know? Because if I could have my way, I would never have to deal with these motherfuckers again. And that's coming. That day is coming. Because as soon as I know that this is being handled, I'm done. I get to wash my hands. That was what heaven promised me. And I'm holding heaven to it. But why do they think that they came in and murdered Owen? Maybe because you bragged about it. And for the Slime King being against the Dead Isaac Kappy Club, boy, he sure does fucking protect them. I haven't seen anything about child trafficking. Nothing. I was all involved with Isaac Kappy, who was trying to expose child trafficking, but I don't know anything about child. I haven't seen any evidence that they're involved with child trafficking, but I'm just a little dude doing my little thing. I don't have any. I'm just a little dude, but I'm enmeshed with everybody. Fuck, I'll have the goddamn blood diamond traffickers from Australia emailing you the exact same time I'm emailing you because they're my friends. But I'm just a little dude. I'm not involved with anything. But I know the blood diamond traffickers Isaac got wrapped up with in Australia. I didn't even know who this dude was. And let me tell you, I'm well aware of a lot of them. You know, I'm well aware of a lot of them. He seems to know way more than I do. Not only does he know him, he's friends with them. And it doesn't seem suspicious to them at all. You know? No, not suspicious at all. Well, I've been on here for almost an hour. I'm going to pray and I'm going to get the fuck off of here because I have things to do. And I have little ones who want my attention. And I'm not wasting my whole goddamn day on this. I'm not wasting my whole goddamn day. But to answer your question, Daniel, the reason why I know you were involved with Owen's murder is because you went out of your fucking way to brag about it. That's how I fucking know you and Captain Underpants were in town and murdered Owen. And the Slime King, you can go fuck yourself. I have told you that repeatedly through your email after 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 email and all your weird ass friends. I'm sick of it. No, Katie, you didn't upset me at all. You didn't upset me at all. And it's great to have your own opinions. You don't have to have my opinions. You know, I have my opinions, they're mine. You can have your own. No, you did not upset with me. And people who actually, yeah, I did spray it, sorry. I, you know, I get upset and I've been drinking tea. And so I don't have any pot. Anybody who wants to donate, you know, I'm selling my book, $30. PayPal, Venmo, D Shurter. Bengal spice tea is what I'm drinking right now. It's really good. It's really spicy. But my PayPal and my Venmo are D Shurter. I have $5 to my name right now. I'm just, if I could get out of the house, I would. I would. But I don't have $5 ain't gonna get me shit. Ain't gonna get me very far. I might be able to go buy a pop at Casey's, you know. No, the to get my, for me, if you buy my book from me, it's just Venmo or PayPal. It's D Shurter. And just my first initial and my last name. Tell me who I'm inscribing the book to, and tell me where I'm sending the book. And that's how I do it. You can buy it on you can buy it on Amazon, and it's cheaper on Amazon. But when you buy a book on Amazon, I think I get $3. Even that, it's nothing. You don't make shit off of a book, unless of course you're Stephen King and you're chucking those things out year after year after year, one after the other after the other. Then you can make money off of it. But you can't, you know. I tell you what, after I post this, just come back and look in the description. And I'll put a link down to my PayPal and my Venmo. And I'm also anyone who wants to donate. This is a full-time job. This is why God has kept me disabled and given me time, because I've had the luxury of time. Poor as shit, but yeah, it is cool of you, Wednesday. It is cool. And I appreciate everything that everyone does. Had it not been for the kindness of you guys, they would have shut my electricity off, and then they would have killed me. They want to take my house, throw me out, and just get rid of me. That's what they want to do. And they think their time is coming. They think they're just almost right there. And the funny thing about it is, well, I will tell you, I got nominated for Book of the Year. You can see that I got nominated for Book of the Year. It was everyone who published a book that year. That's so being nominated was pretty. I was really happy that I even got nominated. And so I was, and positive energy is cool too, because I know everyone's broke. I know everyone's broke. I know that. If you're not broke and you have the inclination, I sure could use the help in so many ways. But for those of you who don't like my video, subscribe to my channel, share, and sending a quick email to your local media people telling them about me and telling them about my blog, which is just my name, davidshurter.com, and this station, and the fact that I'm trying to expose child traffickers, that would totally be appreciated. It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. And so if you could let your local news officials and all of that know, they can't shut everyone down. They can't shut everyone down. And so I have friends, but I have to be very careful. They like to murder my friends. So I don't have anybody that they're not going to end up getting to me like they got to me when they murdered Owen. Just say it that way. And yeah, is it lonely? Yeah. But I'm also not putting people in jeopardy. That's how it works. And I know I would be. All my friends are dead. That's just it. They've murdered so many of my friends and my sister. My sister Cindy. They murdered her. With that said, I'm just going to pray. Heaven, we come to you as your children. I come to you as your child. I am doing everything I can to fight this. I am so tired of this constant fight, but I know that you have me in this for a reason, and I will do what I feel you need me to do, which is keep on keeping on. What else can I do? And children matter. You told us that it would be better to tie a millstone around our neck and drown ourselves than hurt a child. And I believe that. I believe that. And this group, I know that this group is an abomination to heaven. It stands against heaven and does things that are abominable. Murdering children is bad. And the fact that I actually have to say that out loud is beyond frustrating. Anyway, we say these things. I'll keep fighting. I don't know. I can only see one step ahead of me. That's how heaven works. I don't know the whole plan. I just have to trust and have faith, like we all have to trust and have faith. And live the word, which your son, our brother Jesus Christ, taught us. And we are grateful beyond measure. I'm grateful beyond measure. And I say these things lovingly, although exhausted, in your son, our brother's name, Jesus Christ. Amen. So that's it. Let go and let God. That works to a degree, but I can't let this go until God shows me that I can let it go. And I haven't gotten that yet. It's coming. I've been shown that the promise is going to be answered, but I'm not here yet today. I won't forget to leave the link. I have to go and get the link. from Venmo. You know, all one. All one. I love that. Thank you, Cognitive. Now I have everyone up here. I think they want to go out. And that's the thing about it is you guys see me stressed out on here, but I try not to be stressed out because my animals don't like that tone to my voice. So I have to be very careful not to stress them out because they worry about me. They do. And I worry about them. And I know they're planning something. And if something happens to me, some of you are going to know. And if I just suddenly stop making videos, something's happened. And if something's happened, the first thing that you can look at is the Dead Isaac Kappy Club and the Slime King and my family. Most especially my sister and my stepmother. So, with that said, I think they want to go out. And I got to go outside anyway. But I'll leave the thing to my PayPal and my Venmo. This is $30. I only really make like a little over 10, 15, because it costs me like 15 to get these books with the shipping, because they don't give authors free shipping. And it cost me $5 to mail this thing. So I'm only really making $10. And so it's not like I'm making a lot of money. But anybody who can donate, I sure would appreciate it. I'm getting low on dog food. I've spent a lot of time stressed out. That's the reason why I really didn't need all this bullshit today. Because that's what they're trying to do, is just drain my finances. Drain my finances. Drain my house. They're trying to do whatever they can to shut me up. And why? Because they're a bunch of fucking child killers and they need to be exposed. That's what this is all about. They're a bunch of fucking child killers and they need to be exposed. And they'll do anything they can to prevent that from happening. And they fucking hate me. They send me threats. They leave me voicemails. Christmas Eve, I had to fight to keep this station even up. Because not only was the Slime King doing it, but the Blood Diamond dude from Australia was also helping it. They need this shit down. They don't want anyone investigating Issac Kappy. No one. They want you to think that Issac Kappy committed suicide. Issac Kappy committed suicide the same fucking way Owen Wingert committed suicide. It didn't fucking happen that way. Funny how everyone who is against them, who they feel is a threat, commits suicide. How many fucking suicides is everyone gonna believe? You know? Exactly, Wednesday. Nobody believes it anymore. And why do I know that they murdered Owen Wingert? Because they went out of their way to let me know they murdered him. That's how I know. Because otherwise I would have never figured it out. But they wanted credit. So I'm just giving them what they want. They wanted credit. Now I'm fucking making sure they get it. And they have a problem with me now. Bye, guys.